So the time has finally come for me to make this video. In my many videos where I've talked about Game Pass versus PlayStation Plus and Xbox basically making more consumer-friendly moves versus PlayStation, I've highlighted that the biggest challenge with PlayStation is that if they do not compete, they will leave the market leadership to Xbox, and Xbox is no longer going to maintain that stance. Instead, consumers are going to be shafted and screwed. Let me show you a very clear example right now. You see, IGN is making this video of, Game Pass versus PlayStation Plus in 2024, blah, blah, blah. Man, the answer is simple. Game Pass has always had the value, and it's basically Game Pass Ultimate, or more specifically, Game Pass PC. That's the very best deal on the market right now. For your gaming PC, which you can build one for the same amount of money it will cost you to run a console for about 3-4 years. You can basically get the best in terms of the subscription package. If you're on console, then you now have to pay an interesting fee overall. But Game Pass Ultimate is one that, it does kind of obliterate all the competition, because when you calculate the number of day one games that are coming, it really gives you the best edge. However, this price increase to me is quite unnecessary. I strongly disagree that Xbox needed to increase their prices. And ladies and gentlemen, they just only took hold of one major publisher that is pivotal to Sony, and look at what they've done. This is what I've been warning you about for the last few years. Those of you who are PlayStation aficionados, I've been saying this, that Xbox is going to not keep this consumer-friendly stance because they're a corporation. They're going to want to maintain the market edge, and they're going to want to make profits. Amazon did the exact same thing. I remember watching it happen. I was a huge fan of Amazon Prime for years. I was like, man, this is good. This is great value. Amazon used to be so friendly. Whenever they'll send you something and it wasn't the right way, they would do anything that they could. Sometimes even when you need to go through the manufacturer warranty, customer service will help you. But eventually they started to get big. They started to basically become almost the only source people could buy from, and their services and their offerings started to basically dwindle. Eventually now, Amazon you order something from Amazon, they're like, oh, it's going to be delayed. Back in the day, Amazon barely got any delayed without begging you. Oh, please, we're sorry. You got a delay. Oh my gosh, here's a free candy. Now, oh, it's delayed. What are you going to do about it? That quality has dwindled. And I think we're going to see that same quality eventually dwindle should PlayStation not bring the competition or bring the heat. That's exactly what I've been playing, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, guess who benefits from all of this? It's us. And I wish people would really understand my position. And, I sometimes hit hard, and I basically, when I make my argument, I'm not really concerned about like feelings. I know people are like, oh, but some people don't want to do this or whatever. I'm like, man, guys, we're not here to worry about feelings. We're here to basically look at the market shaping itself and ensure that we, the consumers, are on the forefront of what these companies are considering. We don't want to take last place. That's the last thing you want to do as a consumer, is to be in the last, place when it comes to, being valued by the person that you're actually spending money on their platform. So me, at the end of the day, one of the reasons I'll go toe to toe back and forth with any fandom or whatever it is the fact that we want the very best value. And if your feelings about it, like, oh, they sold more consoles, my dude, those consoles, they sold most of them at a loss. And if in those consoles, people are only playing more Xbox games or more Epic games or more Xbox games like Minecraft, Call of Duty, and freaking Fortnite, it continues to benefit Microsoft with very little benefit for PlayStation. And PlayStation needs right now to maintain a strong foothold in order to keep its benefits in the gaming scene and stay competitive. It's very simple. If PlayStation cannot do that, they will concede the ground to Xbox. It's only a matter of time. If you think that this almost $80 billion that Microsoft has spent on Xbox is for them to maybe one day quit this game, you are dreaming. You have lost your dadgum mind. Xbox is here to change the game, set the rules, and win the game based on the rules that they set. That's literally what's going to happen. They've basically looked at the console market and said, you know what, screw it. We're no longer going to do this console thing. We're going to go back, and what we're going to do with this console thing is we're going to reset the whole strategy. We're going to basically change up the whole game. It's called a code switch. Those of you who may or may not know, they don't code switched up this whole thing, and people are still bickering about console wars, about Xbox not knowing what they're doing. I see all these videos and I'm like, man, you guys don't even know the brutal tigers that are running the Xbox ecosystem. Man, if only you knew. If only you knew what was going on. Let me just give it to you straight up. PlayStation is in over its head. The moment they signed a check in cash saying $69 billion will buy the biggest publisher on PlayStation, that's the game that every year makes PlayStation its most amount of money. PlayStation knew that they were screwed. Why did Jim Ryan run all over the world and then eventually quit? You think that was just a small play? Man, don't worry. I mean, I know some of you are going to be in the comment section telling me that I'm talking nonsense, but all I'm going to do is wait like another 4 months, and then we're going to be seeing all this stuff come into perspective. And look at all these folk here on IGN. They were at the forefront of everything. They were there pushing all the news about PlayStation, but now they're sitting there making a video about PlayStation versus Game Pass, when in reality, they all know that Game Pass is basically here to rock the whole boat. I'm going to step out of this video because, man, I'm getting super, excited in all this conversation. But again, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Peace out.